Uh, we are today to discuss about the formulation basics of cosmeceutical. Not only formulation basics, actually here we are going to cover almost every single aspect when it comes to cosmeceutical. We are even actually including some of the topics that are very interesting and actually have a very boom in market. We are going to talk about the customization part also, how you can actually customize a product and what is actually a need of customization, because actually I'm covering this topic because nowadays there is a boom in market of customized product. Many brands actually are doing this, so I actually thought a need we actually have a brief introduction about nutraceuticals also. Nutraceutical does not come under the cosmeceutical formulation part, but okay, so I will start whatever I was speaking. I was just say it in brief. So actually here today we are going to means talk about the cosmeceuticals. So why they means actually we are talking about cosmeceutical because nowadays actually many products are means talking about this term cosmeceuticals. Many companies are talking about this term, and there is a demand in market from the customer side also. They also want some product that actually are effective, that just are not working on a topical level. They actually are working on a deeper note, in a deeper level, that actually are giving them sufficient effect. So they are also very much educated right now. So there is a growing need of cosmeceutical in market. So actually we want to talk about cosmeceuticals. So talking about cosmeceuticals, actually it covers a brief variety of things. We have to understand about the whole process in depth, why there is a need for developing cosmeceutical. From evaluation process, we have to talk about the formulation aspects also, the stability aspects also. So today we are actually going to cover everything, almost everything possible, but we are just going to touch the topic we have to understand, because definitely it is a very vast field. You have to means invest some more time for overall learning process. So we actually will try to means make it very short, sweet and understanding session. In between, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and you have to ask one by one, because it will be very difficult for me to understand. But you, if you talk one by one, so I can also means explain if possible. So now we will start the session. So firstly, we will see the introduction part. So introduction part means from where the cosmeceutical has come into picture. So actually this term cosmeceutical was coined in 1989 by Dr. Albert Klingman. So actually this is a combination of two words, cosmetic and pharmaceutical. So it is just a combination of these two words. It is not just combination of word. It actually derives properties of both the word. It actually have cosmetics like properties also and pharmaceutical like properties also. So what is the purpose of cosmetics? They actually topically beautify you, that just accentuate your properties, your qualities. So, and what is the benefit of pharmaceutical? Why you take a pharmaceutical drug? Because that has a particular activity on your skin, say it be a cell or any other organ of the body. So we are talking about skin and hairs here. So cosmeceutical have a means therapeutical activity as well as beautifying activity also. They work on a deeper level. They work on cellular level also. They can work on surface level like exfoliation also. So cosmeceutical have a rapid and means brief. They have a kind of action on the skin. So cosmeceutical have therapeutic aspect like drug effect, and they have effect on the skin. So in cosmeceutical, like I have talked means previously, they have limited action also, like exfoliation, like dead skin cells removal action also. So they can act as means exfoliant also, but they can act on deeper level, on the dermis level also. They can actually means have anti-aging effects. Like they can actually build the collagen, they can actually boost the collagen and elastin also. So they can deliver that kind of behavior also. So other benefit of using cosmeceutical is again the delivery of botanicals. When you are using a cosmetics, you can actually certain that the actually delivery of cosmetics is only to the epidermis level. That also is not very sure, they just work on the surface level. But when you are playing with cosmeceutical, they actually deliver botanicals to the deeper layer. They can actually give their proper efficacy and proper effect to that particular site, targeted site, you can say. So in this way, actually, they are very, very effective. Now coming to the next part is the development stages of cosmeceuticals. So what are the development stages? So whenever you are formulating a cosmeceutical, in before formulating that product, you have to consider certain factors, or you can say it prerequisites also. So before means formulating, you should consider this factor, and because they are important in overall development stages of cosmeceutical. So first of that, before formulating, is first steps come is taking the in-depth knowledge about that thing. If you are, I am actually taking an example of skincare cosmetics, cosmeceuticals here. So before formulating a product for skincare, firstly you have to consider the in-depth skin knowledge. So while you are developing a cosmeceutical product, first thing you have to consider is about the skin structure, its physical and chemical nature of the skin. So when you are formulating, when you consider physical and chemical nature, so then you will come to know what kind of client or what kind of person you are making that cosmetics for, what are the need of that product, and for which type of skin you have to make that particular product. So for example, here I will like to give example of oily skin. So in oily skin, sebaceous gland is very much active. So when you are actually making a product, it should have certain kind of peeling effect, if you will say. If you are working for acne, so that product should have a benefit that should actually uh, remove the clog from the pore, so that the clog can be removed, so you can deliver the actually an active ingredient to the targeted site, and you can actually work on the clog basis, you can actually work on the product basis. It was just an example. So next step is from consumer insights to product. So many times what happens, you are formulating product, but there is a demand from the market, demand from the consumer side. So that demand actually leads to a creation of new product. So when you are talking about that consumer insight, I will also like to give an example. I'm giving certain examples because actually examples make easy to understand. सो आई एम गिविंग एग्जांपल ऑफ सनस्क्रीन. सो पहले के जमाने में सनस्क्रीन होते थे, जैसे दे यूज्ड टू कम इन लोशन एंड क्रीम बेसिस. सो they actually used to be very sticky, on the very stickier side. So consumer means they does not feel very comfortable with the sunscreen. So from consumer insights, ऐसा means market में need आई कि they actually wanted a product that is much more covering, much more actually sunscreen. Actually they are giving much more benefit against the UV radiation. So according to the landscape, so if you are going to a beach side, so you are actually directly facing sun, so there was a requirement from the market that there should be a product that should deliver say SPF 50 at least, so that they should have a maximum protection against the sun for the maximum duration, so that they does not have any kind of harmful effects of the UV radiation. So from that insight, actually formulators tried to formulate a product which is giving them maximum benefit. So in this course, they formulated a product, they tried formulate, but उन्होंने same lotion base में formulate करने का कोशिश किया. So same base है, so definitely oil content ज़्यादा होने के वजह से वो चिपचिपा product बनाया उन्होंने. So again formulate, again customers को वो product से उतना means aesthetic appeal नहीं मिली. So there was from that consumer insight फॉर्मुलेटर्स ने फिर फॉर्मुलेट करने की कोशिश की. आफ्टर सम ट्रायल्स दे एक्चुअली केम थ्रू लाइटर विस्कोसिटी प्रोडक्ट. उन्होंने लाइटर विस्कोसिटी का प्रोडक्ट बनाया जो कि एस्थेटिकली बहुत अपीलिंग था, जो ज्यादा चिपचिपा नहीं था, बट वो डिलीवरी ऑफ एक्टिव, उसका कंसेंट्रेशन जो था एक्टिव का वो इंक्रीज कर लिया, क्योंकि प्रोडक्ट का फॉर्मुलेशन जो है, बेस का फॉर्मुलेशन उन्होंने चेंज किया. सो ऐसे और भी कई एग्जांपल्स है जो मीन्स एक्चुअली कंज्यूमर इनसाइट्स जो जैसे चेंज होते जाते हैं वैसे वैसे प्रोडक्ट का फॉर्म भी चेंज होते जाता है. सो एक्चुअली वेन एवर फॉर्मुलेटिंग, बिफोर फॉर्मुलेटिंग patents, if you are discovering certain thing, if you are inventing certain formula, means if you want others not to use that formula, so US PTO has given certain guidelines. US PTO is United States Patent and Trademark Office. So after discussing the development stages, so we are going to discuss about the science of formulation. हम फॉर्मुलेशन करते हैं तो उसके पीछे की साइंस क्या है, केमिस्ट्री क्या है, और हम किसी प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करते हैं तो उसके क्या क्या स्टेजेस आते हैं. सो फर्स्ट थिंग्स टू बी कंसिडर्ड हियर इज एक्टिव्स एंड टॉपिकल फॉर्मुलेशन बेसिस. सो व्हेनेवर यू आर मींस डेवलपिंग अ प्रोडक्ट, यू शुड थिंक अबाउट आपका, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप इमल्शन बना रहे हैं, लोशन या क्रीम बना रहे हैं, सो उसका बेस कैसा होना चाहिए वो आपको मतलब पहले सोचना पड़ेगा. आपको किस तरह का क्वालिटी चाहिए बेस में, किस तरह का प्रोडक्ट आपका होना चाहिए, whether it should be a non-sticky, whether it should be a means gel-based cream. So आपको कैसा बेस चाहिए वो आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, और उसके बाद what product actually are you making, for which kind of skin and which kind of action. For example, if you are making a product for hyperpigmentation, so उसके accordingly आप active डिसाइड करेंगे कि आपके प्रोडक्ट में एक्टिव कैसा होगा, और यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि मींस एक्टिव का जो है पर्टिकुलर टारगेटेड साइट तक वो एक्शन देना चाहिए. सो नाउअडेज देयर आर मेनी काइंड ऑफ टेक्निक्स सो दैट एक्टिव शुड डिलीवर दैट क्वालिटी टू दैट पर्टिकुलर टारगेटेड साइट. ऐसी एक टेक्निक का मैं एग्जांपल देती हूँ, दैट इज अ इनकैप्सुलेशन टेक्निक. तो इनकैप्सुलेशन टेक्निक जो होते हैं उसमें एक्चुअली आप टारगेटेड साइट तक वो एक्टिव को पहुंचा सकते हो. एंड आफ्टर दिस इज इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट एंड प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म. एक्टिव्स का तो डिस्कशन हो गया कि एक्टिव जो है टारगेटेड साइट तक पहुंचना चाहिए, बट इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट जो है वो भी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट के होते हैं. इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट क्या होते हैं? इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट इज अ मींस बेस ऑफ द फॉर्मुलेशन. मींस आप प्रोडक्ट का कैसा बेस ले रहे हैं, अदर इंग्रेडिएंट्स क्या क्या होंगे आपके फॉर्मुलेशन में, so वो होते हैं inactive ingredient. But inactive ingredient are necessary because they are going to increase the aesthetic appeal of the product. कंज्यूमर का एस्थेटिक अपील जो है, जो प्रोडक्ट का मिलेगा वो इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट से ही मिलेगा. सो दे आर नेसेसरी. दे एक्चुअली विजुअल अपील जो होती है प्रोडक्ट की वो इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट से ही डिटरमाइन होती है, और इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट एट द सेम टाइम कंपैटिबल भी होना चाहिए. कई बार कुछ ऐसे एक्टिव्स होते हैं जैसे कि आर्ब्यूटिन, वो सब तरह के बेसिस के साथ में कंपैटिबल नहीं होता. सो यू हैव टू चेक फॉर दैट आल्सो कि वो कंपैटिबल है कि नहीं विद दैट पर्टिकुलर इनएक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट. आफ्टर चेकिंग विद द एक्टिव्स एंड इनएक्टिव्स, आपका एक बेस तैयार हो गया, एक्टिव तैयार हो गया, आपने एक बेसिक फॉर्मुलेशन का डिजाइनिंग किया. सो आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू मींस टेक इनटू कंसीडरेशन अबाउट द टॉक्सिकोलॉजी. So toxicology actually is assessment of cosmeceuticals toxicity, means वो कितना toxic हो सकता है for a particular type of client. So that should also be toxicological profile जो होती है formulation की, वो भी काफी important होती है. That should also be taken into consideration. और ये एक्चुअली एक किसी हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल के लिए अगर फॉर्मुलेट कर रहे हो, सो फॉर अ हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल दैट पर्टिकुलर formulation, how much toxic it could be, it can be, so that should be considered before formulating a product. After designing a formulation, consideration about toxicological safety and stability. So third thing that should be considered is the skin tolerance and product compatibility. Means you have formulated a product, but you have to find out whether that product is safe for the client is or not. इसके लिए you will have to take the patch test. पैच टेस्ट एक पर्टिकुलर साइट में आपको करना पड़ेगा एंड पर्टिकुलर वॉल्यूम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट हैड टू बी अप्लाइड ऑन दैट पैच. सो एक बार एप्लीकेशन के बाद यू हैव टू वाइप आउट दैट प्रोडक्ट, और कोई इरिटेशन आ रहा है कि नहीं, यू विल हैव टू चेक अबाउट दैट. सो आफ्टर दैट रिपीटेड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ दैट प्रोडक्ट इज डन, और उसके बाद एक मींस टॉलरेंस स्टडी करते हैं एंड प्रोडक्ट की कंपैटिबिलिटी है कि नहीं, दैट आल्सो नीड टू बी चेक. So for this thing actually patch tests are really important. After studying about the skin tolerance, the next thing that should be considered is the microbiological study. So microbiological study, we all know कि means certain formulations actually are housed for lot of microorganisms, lot of bacteria, fungal and virus species जो हमारे skin को damage कर सकती है on a deeper level also. So microbiological assessment tests are very necessary क्योंकि ये डिटरमाइन करेगी कि आपका एक पर्टिकुलर शेल्फ लाइफ में आपका प्रोडक्ट सेफ है कि नहीं. सो दिस इज अ वेरी नेसेसरी स्टेप. अगर ये आप कंसिडर नहीं करते हैं, माइक्रोबायोलॉजिकल स्टडी कंसिडर नहीं करते, दैट एक्चुअली योर क्लाइंट शुड बी एट अ रिस्क कि उनको माइक्रोबियल कंटामिनेशन या डैमेज हो सकता है. So it is a very necessary step. So this all actually steps are means involved in the product formulation science. The last step in the product formulation science is the stability part. Stability part actually technically last step है, but उसके बाद भी दो और considerations आते हैं that will be later on we will be discussing about that. तो स्टेबिलिटी जो होती है वो दो तरह की स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट जो हम करते हैं. फर्स्टली इज द केमिकल टेस्ट एंड फिजिकल स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट. फिजिकल स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट इज नथिंग बट द फिजिकल पैरामीटर इंक्लूडिंग कलर, फ्रेग्रेंस, ये सब हमको फिजिकली टेस्ट करना पड़ता है. मीन्स हमको एनी चेंज इन द कलर एक्चुअली मीन्स कुड बी एसोसिएटेड विद द फोटोटॉक्सिसिटी. एंड केमिकल जो स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट है वो भी कई तरह की होती है. उसमें सबसे पहले रूम टेम्परेचर को कंसिडर करते हुए हम टेस्ट करते हैं. एक रूम टेम्परेचर पे एक मिनिमम टाइम के लिए हम प्रोडक्ट को स्टोर करते हैं एंड वी एक्चुअली टेस्ट अबाउट द any kind of changes in that formulation happening over that period of time. And other test involved is a stress test. अलग अलग टेम्परेचर और टेम्परेचर कंसिडरेशन में प्रोडक्ट को चेंज मीन्स चेक किया जाता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट इज स्टोर्ड अंडर 23 डिग्री सेल्सियस, आफ्टर दैट इट कैन बी स्टोर्ड अंडर 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस, आफ्टर दैट इट कैन बी स्टोर्ड एट 45 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. सो ये स्ट्रेस टेस्ट जो होती है वो देना इसलिए जरूरी है क्योंकि हमारा इंडिया में हम जानते हैं काफी ऑफन दे आर चेक्ड इन सेल कल्चर्स. So there are some common checking techniques or methods that actually give the mechanism of action of that particular cosmeceutical. So ये जो techniques है इसमें सबसे पहला है MTT assay. So MTT assay जो है वो एक formulation में साइटोटॉक्सिसिटी मीन्स वो एक अगर एक्टिव आपके सेलुलर लेवल में अगर टॉक्सिक है या आपको किसी तरह से सेल डेथ उस पर्टिकुलर एक्टिव से हो रहा है. सो इसका एक्चुअली चेकिंग एमटीटी ऐसे से होता है. एक्चुअली चेक होता है कि आप पर्टिकुलर टारगेटेड साइड में कितना सेल डेथ हो रहा है वर्सेस द अनट्रीटेड कल्चर. सो उससे आपको एक प्रोपोर्शन मिल जाएगा. सो यू कैन मींस एक्यूरेटली कैलकुलेट अबाउट द सेल डेथ. Second is angiogenesis assay. So angiogenesis is a process of generation of capillary blood vessels. So it is blood vessels. और है जिससे आप चेक कर सकते हैं. एक ऐसे है फॉर द एटीपी प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ सेलुलर मेटाबॉलिज्म और अदर टेक्निक इज अ माइटोसिस टेक्निक फॉर डीएनए डैमेज. उसके बाद और एक तरह का जीन इन विट्रो इवैल्यूएशन टेक्निक है दैट इज जीन एक्सप्रेशन टेक्निक. सो फॉर जीन एक्सप्रेशन टेक्निक जो टारगेट सेल कल्चर है उसका कंसंट्रेशन आपका जो एक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट है उसके कंसंट्रेशन तक आप इंक्रीज करोगे ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम एंड उसका डीएनए और वो पर्टिकुलर जो टारगेटेड सेल है उसका डीएनए या आरएनए को आपको आइसोलेट करना पड़ेगा. And then the results will be compared with the control samples at the same duration. उससे आपको एक अंदाज आ जाएगा for the gene expression testing. So next step is the protein production. So simplest method इसमें जो है वो है ELISA technology, जो डिटेक्ट करता है प्रोटीन कंटेंट को of a particular cell. So what is generally done, it is means this content is binding to a protein to a colorimetric reagent. So after this in vitro evaluations comes the in vivo evaluations. So दो तरह के in vivo evaluations होते हैं, एक तो एनिमल टेस्टिंग एंड सेकंड इज द क्लिनिकल ट्रायल. सो एनिमल टेस्टिंग जो है हम सब जानते हैं, दैट इज एक्चुअली नाउअडेज बैन. सो इवन सम ऑफ द कंपनीज आर एक्चुअली गिविंग क्लेम्स फॉर नो एनिमल टेस्टिंग. सो जनरली हम अभी एनिमल टेस्टिंग कर नहीं सकते, सो इट इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन एनी काइंड ऑफ फॉर्मुलेशन नाउअडेज. सो सेकंड इज क्लिनिकल ट्रायल. सो ह्यूमन क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स, सो ह्यूमन क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स जो होता है वो IRB इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिव्यू बोर्ड जो होता है उसको एक्चुअली गाइड, उनके गाइडलाइन के अंदर एक्चुअली करना होता है. तो IRB just provide certain kind of guidelines that are required for good clinical practices. But whenever means हम खुद नहीं करते क्लिनिकल टेस्टिंग, क्लिनिकल रिसर्च प्रोफेशनल्स होते हैं जो क्लिनिकल टेस्टिंग करते हैं. एंड नॉट ओनली IRB गाइडलाइंस, बट जब भी आप क्लिनिकल मींस टेस्टिंग कर रहे हैं, सो FDA की भी कुछ गाइडलाइंस होती हैं, उसको भी आपको मीट करना पड़ता है. सो इट इज क्लिनिकल टेस्टिंग जो होती है जनरली IRB के गाइडलाइंस इसलिए होते हैं ताकि जो भी ह्यूमन सब्जेक्ट होते हैं जिनपे हम क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स कर रहे हैं उनकी भी हमको सेफ्टी इंश्योर करनी पड़ती है. फॉर दैट एक्चुअली दिस ऑल गाइडलाइंस आर very important. So after this there are some stability parameters also. So stability parameters are like pH means stability, viscosity का stability हमको parameter देखना पड़ता है. उसका order और color जो होता है वो primary endpoints होते हैं. Toxicological testing हमने देखा पहले ही. उसके बाद रिपीट पैच टेस्ट होते हैं, जैसे कि हमने पैच टेस्ट के अंदर देखा था कि हम एक सर्टेन पैच में हम प्रोडक्ट लगाते हैं, उसका रिपीटेड एप्लीकेशन होता है फॉर दैट प्रोडक्ट, एंड आफ्टर दैट किसी तरह का स्किन इरिटेशन हो रहा है कि नहीं, यू विल हैव टू चेक दैट आउट. माइक्रोबायोलॉजिकल टेस्टिंग्स है एंड फोटो एलर्जी टेस्टिंग है कि मीन्स हम पर्टिकुलर जो एक्टिव है आपको किसी तरह का फोटो एलर्जी तो नहीं दे रहा. फोटोटॉक्सिसिटी टेस्ट भी मींस हमने देखा. स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट जनरली 45 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड में 90 डेज के लिए मींस वी विजुअलाइज इट. एंड एक्सेलरेटेड स्टेबिलिटी टेस्ट, आई हैव एक्चुअली अर्लियर मेंशन्ड अबाउट दिस एक्सेलरेटेड स्टेबिलिटी एट वेरियस टेम्परेचर कंडीशंस. Then cyclic testing. Cyclic testing is generally a freeze-thaw cycle. Freeze-thaw cycle means हम starting from a minus temperature to the highest most temperature हम किसी product की stability को इसमें check करते हैं. Then coming to the next topic is the cosmeceutical ingredients. So in this topic we are going to discuss about the ingredients that are generally used in a cosmeceutical formulation. We are here talking about the active ingredients. So active ingredient काफी variety के हैं, जिसमें hydroxy acids आते हैं, certain type of means vitamins आते हैं इसमें, certain type of proteins and amino acids are also coming under this category. So we will actually give a brief overview about the ingredients. So first thing is the hydroxy acid. So hydroxy acid की classification हम देखेंगे, alpha hydroxy acid, polyhydroxy acid and bionic hydroxy acid. So coming to alpha hydroxy acids are means organic carboxylic acid. इसमें जो one hydroxyl group is attached to alpha position of the carboxyl group of an aliphatic molecule. So alpha hydroxy acid का best example जो है lactic acid है और glycolic acid. Polyhydroxy acid are also a type, you can say a type of alpha hydroxy acid, बट इसमें जो होता है दे आर लार्जर शुगर एसिड्स, और इसमें कई तरह के अल्फा हाइड्रोक्सी एसिड का ये यू कैन से इज अ चेन ऑफ मेनी टाइप ऑफ अल्फा हाइड्रोक्सी एसिड. सो पॉलीहाइड्रोक्सी एसिड का जो बेस्ट एग्जांपल यू कैन गिव इज अ ग्लूकोनिक एसिड. पॉलीहाइड्रोक्सी एसिड एक्चुअली अगर सेंसिटिव स्किन है उसके लिए काफी मीन्स बेनिफिशियल होते हैं. बायोनिक एसिड जो होते हैं दे आर कॉल्ड एज थर्ड जनरेशन अल्फा हाइड्रोक्सी एसिड. इसके मॉलिक्यूल में दो कंपोनेंट होते हैं, पॉलीहाइड्रोक्सी एसिड which is generally attached to the sugar molecule. इसका जो बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज द लैक्टोबायोनिक एसिड. So now talking about the benefits of alpha hydroxy acid. So alpha hydroxy acids have generally means several benefits. सबसे पहला तो benefit what alpha hydroxy acid gives us is the exfoliation. So generally they remove the dead skin cell layer of the skin. So in short they help to brighten the skin, क्योंकि जब आपका डेड स्किन सेल लेयर रिमूव हो जाता है सो द न्यू सेल लेयर दैट कम्स अप इज द ब्राइटन स्किन. सो इन शॉर्ट इट एक्चुअली हेल्प टू गिव अ ब्राइटन कॉम्प्लेक्शन. I have discussed it earlier, visibly brighten skin as it help to exfoliate. जो new skin cell layer होती है that is a visibly brighten skin. It promotes collagen production as it exfoliates the skin. जो means dead collagen है that is also removed from the skin and it help to promote the production of new collagen. So it help to firm the skin. It in a certain level give a anti-aging benefits to the skin. It may help to reduce the appearance of surface lines and wrinkles. ये काफी deep wrinkles को तो कम नहीं करेंगे, but definitely as it exfoliates the skin, it help in collagen production. So surface line और wrinkles जो है वो आपको visibly कम दिखेंगे, but again it is not a very means it does not work on deeper wrinkles and surface lines on a very deeper level. Anti-inflammatory properties. AHA in a way they actually improve the blood circulation over the skin. So evenly सारे means skin में you can see a even complexion throughout the skin. और अगर कहीं redness है या any kind of inflammation is there, so they reduce that inflammation. They can correct or minimize the discoloration as it evens out the blood flow overall the skin. So discoloration कहीं पर अगर है skin की, so that also minimizes to a certain extent. They help to treat and prevent acne. So AHA helps in exfoliation of the skin. So what AHA actually does is वो clog जो है उसमें dead skin cells होता है और उसमें कई तरह के बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन होता है. सो ये इट प्रिवेंट्स दैट, इसको रिमूव करेगा. वो क्लॉग जो पोर्स में जो क्लॉग है इट गोज ऑन रिमूविंग दैट क्लॉग. सो इट एक्चुअली डिलीवर्स द एक्टिव टू द टारगेटेड साइज और इस वे में यू कैन एक्चुअली ट्रीट एक्ने एंड प्रिवेंट ऑल्सो, क्योंकि क्लॉग को ही ये रिमूव कर रहा है. सो इट कैन एक्चुअली प्रिवेंट फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर ऑल्सो, कि अगर फ्यूचर में कोई एक्ने होने वाले हैं, so it prevents to a certain extent. It help to increase the product absorption. अगर means dead skin cell layer अगर skin के ऊपर होगी तो definitely it means product का absorption skin में कम होता है. But if you are using AHA, dead skin cells का जो layer है वो remove हो जाता है. So product का penetration जो होता है वो deeper level तक हम कर सकते हैं. So again product का absorption ये increase करता है. So after AHA, the important ingredient, cosmeceutical ingredient is vitamin A. So vitamin A के कई types होते हैं, but mostly when it comes to cosmeceutical, सबसे ज़्यादा retinoid use करते हैं. So retinoid जो होते हैं, they are actually mainly used for skin aging. Skin aging के लिए काफी टाइम से retinoids use हो रहे हैं. तो रेटिनॉइड जो है दे एक्चुअली बाइंड टू रेटिनोइक एसिड रिसेप्टर. So it is the transcriptional activation of retinoic acid giving response to specific biological activity. So benefits of using retinoids. Retinoids are actually very much beneficial for skin. As we have talked earlier, it is actually
Is there a question? Okay, please keep yourselves on
No,
mute
sir.
because yeah, we feel that there is a question and then we stop. Okay, please continue.
Vitamin A or retinoids mainly has a benefit on fine line and wrinkles. So it increase the collagen, means benefit वो fine lines में ऐसे करेंगे, it actually increase the collagen production. So if the collagen production has increased, so definitely you will means have a solution over fine line and wrinkle. For acne, actually control means ये indirectly acne को prevent करेगा, directly it is not useful, but indirectly it controls the factors that cause acne, so it controls the sebum production, so indirectly it has a benefit over acne also. So certain means prescriptions also they contain vitamin A or retinoids for treating acne. नाउ यूसेज ऑफ रेटिनॉइड, सो रेटिनॉइड्स का यूसेज गाइडलाइंस हमको मींस यूसेज जो है वो समझना इसलिए जरूरी है बिकॉज इन सम केसेस इन सम टाइप ऑफ स्किन फॉर से अ वेरी सेंसिटिव स्किन टाइप इट can cause certain type of irritation. So whenever you are using retinoid, you actually have to guide your client so how to use. Firstly, you have to prep your skin, you have to prepare your skin, you should wash your skin thoroughly, and after that you should tone your skin to balance the pH, and after that you should use a small quantity of retinoid. So firstly you should tell your client to use it once or twice a week. After that, if they do not get any kind of irritation, so they can use it on daily basis also. After vitamin A, we are going to discuss about vitamin C. So as we know, vitamin C is not a very stable vitamin as we come to formulation. Vitamin C generally is not used directly in formulation because it gets readily oxidized. So means actually researchers have come across various derivatives of vitamin C. One of the means most common derivatives of vitamin C is magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. मोस्टली आप जो भी सीरम्स या ओवर द काउंटर ड्रग्स देखते हो, सीरम्स देखते हो, क्रीम्स देखते हैं, वो सब में मेनली मैग्नीशियम एस्कॉर्बिल फॉस्फेट यूज होता है. So magnesium ascorbyl phosphate is the most widely used vitamin C derivative. Vitamin C कभी भी directly formulation में use नहीं होता है. It is actually suggested that always the derivative of vitamin C should be used in a formulation. So what can be the benefits of using vitamin C? Actually there are various benefits of vitamin C. हम सब जानते हैं vitamin C is very rich in antioxidants. So antioxidants are very much important for the skin क्योंकि antioxidants बहुत necessary होते हैं for skin because they are something that actually prevents us from harmful UV radiation, because harmful UV radiation से हमारे skin में free radicals का generation होता है. सो फ्री रेडिकल के जनरेशन के वजह से अदर स्किन की डिग्रेडिंग या डिटोरिएशन होती है. अदर काइंड ऑफ स्किन डिग्रेडेशन में सबसे पहला तो वो प्रीमेच्योर साइंस ऑफ एजिंग देंगे आपको. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन हैव अ एजिंग स्पॉट्स आल्सो. एजिंग के बाद में आपको एज स्पॉट्स मिल सकते हैं. दे कैन इंक्रीज द अनइवन स्किन टोन. वो आपके मिलेनोसोम्स को या मींस एक्टिवेट करेगा फॉर मींस the timing, and after that you can get a tan skin. So विटामिन सी के काफी सारे बेनिफिट्स हैं. सबसे पहला बेनिफिट उसका जो है कोलेजन प्रोडक्शन के लिए है. So it actually visibly thickens the collagen. कोलेजन के प्रोडक्शन को इंक्रीज करेगा. So it has potential to thicken the dermis. It is a powerful antioxidant. I have previously discussed. Vitamin C is a very rich source of antioxidants, so it actually heals the skin and acts as the barrier to the skin. It decreases the transepidermal water loss. So ये हमारे स्किन में वाटर को या मॉइस्चर को रिटेन करने में हेल्पफुल होगा. So many actually people, many clients do not understand. Basically when you are talking about anti-aging, तो सबसे पहला जो फैक्टर उसमें होता है, हमारे स्किन में वाटर लॉस हो जाता है. वी लॉस द मॉइस्चर. मीन्स जो भी एजिंग स्किन होती है सबसे पहले उसमें सबसे पहला साइन जो दिखता है वो excessive dryness दिखता है. So when actually your skin is start to retaining moisture, तो कई हद तक अपने स्किन का एंटी एजिंग बेनिफिट भी देता है. विटामिन सी हेल्प्स टू फेड पिगमेंटेशन. विटामिन सी जो होता है यूवी डैमेज को कम करता है, ट्रांस यूवी डैमेज को, क्योंकि फ्री रेडिकल्स जो होता है उसको एक फ्री आयन देगा विटामिन सी, तो उसका जो यूवी डैमेज को पर्टिकुलरली वो कट ऑफ कर देगा. सो उसके वजह से आपका पिगमेंटेशन जो है वो भी कंट्रोल होगा. मीन्स अगर हाइपर पिगमेंटेशन का कोई कॉजेज है आपके स्किन में तो उसको भी कई हद तक वो प्रिवेंट करता है. It treats variety of inflammatory skin condition. So it prevents redness of the skin, swelling of the skin, and other inflammatory skin signs. It helps to fight with that signs. It reduces appearance of under eye circle. So जो vitamin C जो है actually it helps to increase the blood circulation in that area. So इस वजह से you can actually see a visible difference in the under eye circles. So mostly actually you have seen that earlier also. You must have seen that कि mostly जो भी under eye product है उसमें vitamin C एक main actually ingredient है. So it is very much beneficial for under eye circles. It prevents skin sagging. So it actually helps collagen and elastin fibers. So in that way it helps to prevent skin from sagging. It protect against sun damage. Again UV damage को ये कम करते हैं, उस वजह से obviously sun damage भी कम करेंगे. Other vitamin is niacinamide. Niacinamide is vitamin B3. ये भी एक काफी popular vitamin है when actually come to cosmeceuticals. It is also readily used in cosmeceuticals because of its variety of beneficial effect on the skin. So niacinamide is generally इसका सबसे पहला यूज जो है ये मॉइस्चर रिटेन करने के लिए एक्चुअली हेल्प करेगा आपकी स्किन में. इसलिए ये रेडिली एंटी एजिंग जो मेडिकेशन है, हाइपर पिगमेंटेशन, एंटी एजिंग जो मेडिकेशन कॉस्मेटिक्स है, जनरली niacinamide यूज होता है. तो बॉडी में जो होता है niacinamide जो होता है विटामिन सी, ये प्रेजेंट होता है बॉडी. इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू कोफैक्टर्स NADH and NADPH. And this actually NADH and NADPH, they are involved in certain kind of biochemical reaction. So benefits of using niacinamide in cosmeceuticals. Niacinamide जो होता है it improves the skin barrier function. It stimulate generally what it does, it stimulates microcirculation in dermis. So उस वजह से skin का barrier function you can actually see a visual improvement in skin barrier function. Anti-aging, I have speak to about it earlier. It is actually a main ingredient used in anti-aging formulations. So anti-aging formulation where generally 5% of niacinamide is usually used. Moisturization. Generally in moisturization you can see 2% of topical means vitamin B3 is used for increasing what means moisturization and reducing the water loss. It is helpful in treatment of hyperpigmentation. So it is along for hyperpigmentation actually it is used along with retinoid palmitate. So we have actually discussed about the cosmeceutical ingredients that actually are widely used in cosmeceuticals. Now after discussing about the cosmeceutical ingredient, there are certain botanical ingredients that are means variably used in cosmetics. They are widely used in cosmetics. So actually here we are going to talk about them. First innovative botanical is pine bark extract. So pine bark extract actually have active ingredient in it. So that active ingredient is a phenolic acid, vanillin and flavonoids. So it contains phenolic acid, vanillin and flavonoids. It is anti-inflammatory, means it is having an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and anti-allergic activity. Coffea arabica. So nowadays you might have heard means many of the cosmeceutical formulation and cosmetic formulation also are using there is one brand Caffeine, you must have heard about that brand. Their products are mainly based on coffee. So coffee actually has a wide variety of functions for skin. So coffee plant actually has various species. So one of the species is Coffea arabica. So Coffea arabica actually is having a wide variety of antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant effects. So it visually improve the fine lines of the skin. It is having anti-aging benefits over the skin. Pomegranate. Nowadays, pomegranate is also having wide variety of studies. Many researchers are studying over pomegranate because it has a wide variety of antioxidant, anti-aging, antimicrobial effect over the skin. One of the brief studies shows that it is actually helpful in anti-carcinogenic property. So it is widely used in certain kind of medicaments also. It actually helps to heal certain kind of bacterial and fungal infection. So it is having anti-septic and anti-inflammatory properties as well. Tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is also a very common innovative botanical. It is a very common botanical. It is generally used in case of acne, dandruff. It is generally antifungal and antibacterial oil. It is used in wide variety of formulation. It is an essential oil. Actually, it is having a particular fragrance also. So it has actually, I have actually seen it while formulating. It has certain kind of antioxidant and antimicrobial activity also. So generally, other means you are using tea tree oil in a serum, it naturally means prevent that particular product from oxidation. So it has a very good antioxidant property. Grapeseed extract. Grapeseed extract is also a very potent antioxidant. So it is generally helpful in treating a variety of hyperpigmentation and photoaging. Green tea extract. Green tea is also nowadays is a very useful topic for researchers. Very means common topic to research because it is having a very uh, antimicrobial. It is having a wide variety of antioxidant effect. इसमें काफी सारे इफेक्ट होते हैं. उसमें से सबसे कॉमन इफेक्ट इज द एंटीऑक्सीडेंट इफेक्ट. ये ऑक्सीडेशन को काफी हद तक कम करता है. So oxidation कम करता है. So in result in anti-aging product. It is used in variety of anti-aging products. Soy and oatmeal based cosmeceutical. Soy and oatmeal based cosmeceutical, actually these two ingredients are also a very booming market nowadays. Many of the cosmetics and botanicals and organic products, you can say organic products or cosmeceutical product, are actually working on soy and oatmeal based formulations. ओटमील के भी एक्चुअली कई सारे वेराइटीज है. उसमें से एक कोलॉइडल ओटमील है. सो कोलॉइडल ओटमील के जो एक्सट्रैक्ट्स है वो कई टाइप के फॉर्मुलेशंस में यूज होते हैं. दे आर यूज्ड इन कोलॉइडल ओटमील इज यूज्ड इन हेयर कंडीशनर, skin serums, skin creams, and variety of formulation because it is having a wide variety of effect like anti-inflammatory effect, antioxidant effect, cleansing effect, skin repair effect. It improves the barrier protection of the skin. So it is having a variety of effect for the skin. Soy contain different component, which means उसमें काफी सारे components होते हैं जो wide variety of roles देंगे skin care में. So उसमें सबसे पहले means component जो है वो है phospholipid, essential fatty acid, and several other minor components like isoflavones. So now we will see the mechanism of action of soy. So उसका जो mechanism of action, उसकी properties का mechanism of action है, that we are going to see in brief. So सबसे पहले antioxidant effect. So isoflavones जो होते हैं soy में, actually it is find as it is having a phytoestrogen in it. So this phytoestrogen जो oxidative damage है skin का वो कम करता है. So next is the phytoestrogen effect. So phytoestrogen isoflavone present in soy, actually it stimulates the collagen. Hyperpigmentation. So phytosterol and protein present in soy, actually they help to inhibit the transcriptional activity of PAR2. PAR2 is nothing but protease activated receptor 2. After looking into wide variety of innovative botanicals, so we are here to discuss about bioactive peptide. So bioactive peptides भी आजकल peptides भी कई peptides in the sense amino acid form में ये present होते हैं. So ये peptides भी कई variety of cosmeceutical formulations में formulators are nowadays using them. So we are here to discuss about them. Peptides. So now talking about what are peptides. So peptides are nothing but means they are polymers containing amino acid as monomers. They are polymers. Polymers means it contain variety of monomers. So उसमें amino acid जो है that is mainly a monomer. So amino acid are linked by peptide bond formed through covalent linkage of carboxyl group of one amino acid to the next amino acid. So peptide are distinguished from other proteins on the basis of size. Other amino acids से peptides कैसे distinguish करेंगे? Actually from their size. So means they contain fewer than 50 amino acids. 50 amino acids से कम amino acids इसमें होते हैं in peptides. So सबसे short peptide जो है वो है dipeptide. So now what is the benefits of using peptides in a formulation? So सबसे पहला benefit जो है वो है improved skin barrier. So it helps, as you know, amino acid are building block of a cell. So amino acids obviously they provide the skin barrier function. They help to protect your skin from bacterial damage. Improve skin elasticity. It improves the skin elasticity and it usually makes collagen and elastin fibers in the skin. So in this way it helps to improve the skin elasticity. Eases in inflammation. So it actually even out skin tone. It give a even circulation of blood over the skin. So in this way actually it eases out in inflammation. It can clear some breakouts, so it is having a wide range of antimicrobial activity. So after covering peptides, so we are going to talk about the growth factors in cosmeceuticals. So why we need to study about the growth factor? Because skin means as we age, we all know we age after a certain time. So as we age, skin mechanical and protective property as well as restorative property, it goes on decreasing day by day, declining day by day. Means as age increases, this properties goes on depleting. Additional are certain kind of extrinsic and intrinsic factors. Certain factors are there, means आप एक age होने के बाद तो age आपकी skin definitely करेगी, but nowadays you can actually hear about lot of premature aging. So this actually premature aging occurs because of certain kind of environment, like आजकल काफी stress है, so stress also result in premature aging. There are some extrinsic and intrinsic factor like pollution and certain kind of lifestyle related habits like smoking. Certain kind of people prefer alcohol, so this all actually degenerate your cells, so they actually happens like loss of moisture from the cells. So this actually are the factors which result in premature skin aging. So for actually preventing your skin from this aging sign, there are certain growth factors naturally present in our skin. So these growth factors are actually nothing but the group of growth factors are actually certain kind of proteins that are regulatory protein that actually attach to the surface cell receptors that control cell growth and other cell cycle like proliferation and differentiation of cells. So growth factors are like chemical messengers of the skin. They regulate certain cellular activities such as chemotaxis, proliferation of cell, formation of matrix. So they actually regulate all these activities. So there are certain botanicals that help with this growth factors. So that help to actually improve the beneficial effects of this growth factor. These are as follows. There are certain botanicals that are listed below. So these are rosemary, sage, ginger, cinnamon, green tea, turmeric, pomegranate, apple, blueberry. These are actually botanicals that actually help for growth factor to improve their activity. And actually these are very much helpful in case of premature aging. So after covering all this aspect, all the innovative botanicals and all the ingredients that are used in cosmeceuticals, we are actually now here to discuss a very interesting topic. Nowadays many researchers are researching on this topic, and many cosmetic companies also have come with in certain cosmeceutical or certain cosmetic that actually claim they are working on the concept of skin stem cells. So now means it is very means important and very interesting also to mention about this topic. The my actually I wanted to include this topic because nowadays many researchers are researching on this. So first of all, we will be talking about how actually what is the need of stem cells and why it is needed, and we will talk about the skin bio means we will actually try to understand the whole actually mechanism of action of stem cells. So before understanding that, we actually have to study about the aging epidermis. So what does aging skin cells or aging epidermis look like? So aging epidermis actually is lacking in keratinocyte cells, and it is physically more thinner. So dermis also will lacking certain kind of functions of the skin like elasticity. Definitely with the aging skin collagen or elastin fibers का loss ज़्यादा होगा, उसका formation कम होगा. So tensile strength भी skin की कम होते जाएगी with increasing aging. सो उसके साथ साथ स्किन की स्ट्रेंथ भी कम हो जाएगी, उसकी वस्कुलैरिटी भी कम हो जाएगी. And hyaluronic acid is naturally present in the skin in the dermis region, so it also goes on depleting with age. So aging skin heals slowly, and it is actually very much weak in the barrier function. So to restore this all barrier function or and this all normal activities in a natural or normal manner. So strength and functional repair of this all things should be done in a most natural way. So stratum corneum of the skin, like of the epidermis, also should restore itself in a normal manner so that all these functions are occurring properly in the skin. So unfortunately, nowadays the products which are present in market that are actually claiming to work on the dermal basis, they actually do not work, because actually they do not actually contains the thing. Means they are claiming that they go to a dermal level and they work by healing certain thing. They are working on a targeted basis, but what they actually do is they go to a dermal basis and they add on water to that level. So आपको टेम्पररी इफेक्ट मिलेगा, बट एक लॉन्ग टर्म इफेक्ट नहीं मिलेगा वो से. सो इसीलिए आपको स्टेम सेल्स जो जनरली है, ये हमारे बॉडी में नेचुरली प्रेजेंट होती है. दिस इज नथिंग बट अ रिजर्वायर ऑफ सेल in the skin to rejuvenate and repair the old or damaged skin. Stem cells is a so where the stem cells are present, we are looking into that thing. So stem cells are basically present in the bulge region of hair follicle. So how stem cells work? So stem cells get activated by the signal coming into different signals are coming into their nuclei. So they goes on activating their nuclei get activated, and after that activation it differentiate itself into lineage specific cells such as keratinocyte, fibroblast, melanocytes, adipocytes. So this all differentiation happens. But these all things happen very much in a young skin. You can say this all activity is very normal in the young skin, but as on the age of the person goes on increasing, so this stem cells also उनकी activity भी with age कम होती जाएगी. So stem cells cosmeceuticals, they actually artificially provide you, I mean actually with certain active ingredient which actually stimulate the stem cells. ये stem cells जो है ये अपने आप को जैसे सिग्नल मिलेंगे वो डिफरेंशिएट करेगा and they will goes on differentiating into various type of lineage specific cells. So ये जो keratinocytes वगैरह का जो मतलब फॉर्मेशन जैसे जैसे हमारे स्किन में इंक्रीज होता जाएगा, so definitely you will find a very means visual effects regarding anti-aging and very other factor like hypopigmentation and other means factor में means आपको improvement मिलेगी. So in this way actually stem cells work on this thing. Actually stem cells का concept काफी wide concept है, इतने कम means इसमें इसको बताना possible नहीं है. So actually I tried to cover about the mechanism of action and the need of stem cells in a cosmeceutical formulation. So after covering this topic, we have come to the nutraceutical drink topic. So nutraceutical drink is not a means concept from the cosmeceutical background, but the reason I have incorporated this thing in my formulation, my PPT is like it is very much demand over the market for this nutraceutical drinks. So why actually we need nutraceutical in the means market? Actually their demand is like consumers are nowadays looking for speedy ways to supplement their diet. Like consumer just want speed result. They want rapid result, means they are actually means उनको डाइट में ऐसे कुछ एक्टिव इंग्रेडिएंट चाहिए जो रैपिडली मीन्स स्किन को मीन्स हील करे, डिजनरेशन जो प्रोसेस होता है हमारे एपिडर्मिस में उसको कम करे, एजिंग उनकी रैपिडली कम हो. सो nutraceutical manufacturers are also means interested in all this thing, all this need from the consumer side, and actually they want to give them results. Do anybody have question? So I will proceed. So nutraceutical manufacturers are actually means working on this need, and they are actually means launching certain drinks in the market that actually covers all this. So what actually cause skin aging? There are solar radiation, elasticity and hereditary means loss of elasticity in the skin. There are some hereditary problems that actually cause to premature aging. And reduced capacity of cell to repair themselves. These are all factors that actually diminish the immune response of the skin and contribute to the process of aging. So in food science, actually the functional drinks are referred as the beverage that have certain kind of active response to a targeted site. They contain certain active ingredient that give the active response to certain health claims. So various health claims are actually given by these nutraceutical manufacturers. So these health claims are actually, for example, there is a ingredient known as psyllium husk. So what this psyllium husk is doing, psyllium husk is reducing hypercholesterolemia, and broccoli is also studied as cancer preventing ingredient. So these are all claims given by some of the nutraceutical manufacturers. Now we will study about the pharmaceutical for hairs. So hair cosmeceuticals, they include both botanical and non-botanical products. Some botanicals and active ingredients that regulate the hair cycle and hair growth are as follows. They are of following type: hair growth promoters. Means actives in the hair cosmeceutical comes under various categories. Some are hair growth promoters, some work as anti-dandruff agent, some work as skin hair conditioning agents, some of the active botanicals used for shampoo. So firstly we are going to talk about hair growth promoters. So first in this category is saw palmetto. Saw palmetto actually is a derivative from palm tree. So it is used in some topical medications for hair loss. So very popular ingredient now coming is aloe vera. So it is also have a wide variety of species, aloe barbadensis, aloe capensis. So this actually aloe vera, it is a very helpful antibacterial, antifungal agent. It also have hair growth activity. It improves in hair growth activity. Azia radix, it is nothing but wild ginger, so it is also a hair growth promoting ingredient. So it dried root extract of wild ginger, it improves the activity of the hair follicles and it means help in growing much more hairs. Sophora flavensis. Sophora flavensis is shrubby sophora. It is also a hair growth agent, hair growth improving agent. Dried extract of means sophora, shrubby sophora is actually it transport your means hair cycle from telogen to anagen. हिबिस्कस सो हिबिस्कस इज इट प्रमोव्स हेयर ग्रोथ हिबिस्कस के लीव्स जो होते हैं उसके फ्लावर से ज्यादा मतलब बेनिफिशियल होते हैं फॉर हेयर ग्रोथ for bergamot actually studies are done. So if you apply topically bergamot extracts to your hairs, it under 42 days actually it have shown to promote hair growth activity. Ginseng radix, 70% methanol extract of steam and dried leaves of red ginsengs, they have shown as hair promoting growth promoting activities. Amino acids, so amino acids such as arginine, cysteine, they are involved in hair growth promoting activities. Now hair shampoo, conditioning and anti-dandruff agents. So firstly we need to understand what kind of hair products we do generally use. We do generally use certain kind of hair care products such as shampoo, certain kind of conditioner. Under conditioner भी under अलग-अलग तरह के conditioners आते हैं जैसे कि liquid conditioner, lotion conditioner, some are conditioning butter, some are mousse based conditioner. ये अलग-अलग conditioning formulations है जो market में available है. Anti-dandruff means conditioning ingredients are also used and anti-dandruff actually होते हैं and anti-dandruff serums भी available है market. So these are all various variety of that is available in market. So hair products, they generally what they do, they add in texture, volume and tensile strength of hair. So they actually provide manageability to hair. So when पहले जो होते थे shampoos, they just used to cleanse the hair, that's it. So nowadays there are wide variety of shampoo, कुछ shampoo conditioning भी होते हैं. So they actually add in manageability of your means hairs. So for different types of hair, different types of shampoos are there. So their frequency of shampooing that also depends on the type of hair means that particular person has. So shampoo very some of the ingredients are cleansing agents, they are conditioning agents, they are active ingredients.
Guys, please mute yourselves. Thank you.
So we were talking about the ingredients that generally shampoo have. Shampoo have wide variety of ingredients. They are having foam boosters, cleansing agent, foam stabilizers. They have conditioning agents, and they are also having some active ingredient that actually give specific hair conditions that are used for specific hair conditions. So shampoo also have certain growth activators. But generally if we talk about shampoo generally means वो hair growth में या hair loss में किसी तरह से I see कोई activity नहीं देगा because you are using it for a very short duration of time. So उतने short duration में कोई active आपके scalp के अंदर means penetrate नहीं होगा. So I don't see it as a very means favorable thing to do. So other thing is hair conditioner. So hair conditioner जो होता है that actually improves follicular and cuticular function. Shampoo contains certain kind of conditioning agent also. So cuticle degeneration and hair damage means they actually occurs due to weather means various environmental factors like stress, chemicals, exposure to sun. And so a conditioner actually is an ingredient that should actually leave
फोन
your
पे हो
hair
जाएगा
luxurious and manageable.
चल नहीं रहा
Excuse me, do you have any question?
करो, मेरे पास कैश नहीं है,
अटक जाएगा 2 दिन का अटक
कैश
गया
है ही नहीं मेरे पास बिल्कुल, तो किसी और के वो करेंगे।
Excuse me, can you please mute your means audio because
उनका नंबर बता देते
having the
हाँ
session.
वो बात कर लो तुम
हाँ, एक बार पूछ लो फोन पे गूगल पे क्या है।
Now talking about conditioning agents. So there are variety of conditioning agents like lanolin compound, silicone, quaternary ammonium compounds, like panthenol is also a very potent conditioning agent. Actually nowadays wide variety of formulations and formulators are using panthenol. So actually it is absorbed in the hair shaft also. So it is a very useful ingredient for conditioning. It is providing a very good conditioning property. So there are intensive repair conditioner also available in market nowadays. So this conditioner are generally using polyquaternium derivatives as the conditioning agent. So various agents are present which provide these all benefits, and various botanical ingredients are also present which are actually useful in variety of functions. So we are going to discuss about this botanical ingredient. First of this botanical ingredient is sage. Sage actually is a very useful ingredient for anti-dandruff property. So it is having a very good anti-dandruff property. It also adds in hair shine also. Garlic is again a very helpful and useful anti-dandruff ingredient. It is nowadays garlic extracts are used in wide variety of formulation in shampoos for its anti-dandruff property. Walnut extract is again, it also add in shine to hair. It means give a manageability to hair, as well as it is a anti-dandruff ingredient. Tea tree is again a anti-dandruff ingredient. Now we are talking about the cosmeceuticals for hyperpigmentation. So while we are talking about hyperpigmentation, there are three type of formulations, three type of major categories on which their mechanism of action changes. So first is tyrosinase inhibitors, second is melanosome transfer inhibitor, and third is skin turnover accelerators. So tyrosinase inhibitor, so agents that inhibit tyrosinase are as follows. First is hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is a agent which reduces pigmentation through destruction of melanocyte and degradation of melanosome. Azelaic acid is generally used in 15 to 20% in topical formulations. Generally it is clinically proven for rosacea and acne, but of the label it is also used for hyperpigmentation. Arbutin is a natural extract from bearberry plant. It is beta glucopyronicide. It actually blocks the tyrosinase activity. Kojic acid. Kojic acid is second most popular ingredient when it comes to cosmeceuticals for hyperpigmentation. It is most popular ingredient for controlling hyperpigmentation. It is a derivative of fungus aspergillus, so it is effective against hyperpigmentation. Licorice extract is again a very safest ingredient for skin lightening. It is very effective in skin lightening and hyperpigmentation. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, so it prevents from UV and sun damage. So Indirectly, it also helps to prevent from variety of hyperpigmentation. Pomegranate extract. Pomegranate contain active ingredient known as polyphenols. So polyphenols, it inhibit tyrosinase activity. So thus it helps to prevent from hyperpigmentation. So second mechanism is melanosome transfer inhibitors. So melanosome transfer inhibitors, there are variety of ingredient that work through this property. So first is soy protein. So soy contain two protein inhibitors. So first is serine trypsin inhibitor. Second is Grauman bark inhibitor. They actually work by activation of protease activated inhibitors 2 cycle. Second is niacinamide. Niacinamide is a stable water-soluble vitamin. So it is a precursor for two type of enzymes, NADH and NADPH. So it is important for cellular level metabolism. So other category is skin turnover accelerators. Skin turnover accelerators. First is alpha hydroxy acid. It treats a variety of conditions. Alpha hydroxy acid actually is useful for its antioxidant effects. It is a powerful skin exfoliant, so it actually treats photo damage also. Beta hydroxy acid, salicylic acid, for example, considering in this category, it has a powerful skin lightening effect. And salicylic acid is also helpful for acne control. So it is having acne control properties also. Coffee berry, it contains antioxidants. So this antioxidant reduces hyperpigmentation. Linoleic acid, it is unsaturated fatty acid. So it prevents hyperpigmentation. Retinoids, we have earlier also talked about retinoid. Retinoid actually is a very powerful anti-aging agent. So it somehow protect you from age spots. It prevents age spot occurring. Premature aging also it protects or prevents in a variety of cases. So it indirectly, you can say, works from hyperpigmentation also. Now UV pigment inhibitors. So these all two ingredients are UV pigment inhibitor. Firstly, pycnogenol. It is Pinus pinaster is the biological name. So it is a strong antioxidant, anti-inflammatory and UV control, or you can say UV blocking ingredients. Ferulic acid, it is hydroxycinnamic acid. It is having antioxidant and UV inhibiting or blocking properties. So we have overall talked about the cosmeceuticals. We have talked about the formulation part. We have talked about scientific formulation and stability part also. We have talked about the ingredients actually which create a specific effect. We have talked about the innovative botanicals as well. So after discussing about all these criteria, there is a very important criteria that should be considered because it somehow increase the aesthetic appeal of the product. It is the creation of right fragrance. When you are creating, clients are actually getting attracted towards a product. They first thing they see to a product is a good fragrance. That means product should have a good fragrance. Good fragrance means it does not mean that you go on adding too much addition to the product. So creating or choosing a right fragrance is also a very important criteria when you are formulating certain cosmeceuticals. So firstly, talking about what are fragrances. Fragrances are actually mixture of synthetic and natural ingredients. So these have an important aspect of avoiding or covering the malodor of the product base. So it generally makes your product more appealing. It increases the aesthetic appeal of the product. So firstly, we will talk about the fragrance material. What are different type of fragrance material? So fragrance have different type of materials. They are natural fragrance material or synthetic fragrance material. So natural fragrance material, they are generally categorized as essential oils, absolute, concentrates, and concretes and natural isolates. So essential oils. What are essential oils? Essential oils generally are obtained from steam distillation of a plant, part of plant. So after the steam distillation, essential oil goes on separating. They come up to the upper layer of the means distillate. So again after that they are separated from rest of the system to get pure essential oil. So after essential oil is obtained, next part is concretes. Concretes are actually extracted using hydrophobic solvent. So in a process, hydrophobic solvent is involved. So firstly you will remove the essential oil part. So after that actually you will use a hydrophobic solvent for the rest of the process. So hydrophobic material is incorporated in this, and rest of the waxy material is removed from the process. And after that waxy means material is included, rest of the system is means exclude from the process. So in the rest of the system, you will get the concrete. Concrete is a oil soluble thing. You can say that concretes are generally oil soluble. So after concretes, we will talk about the synthetic fragrance material. Synthetic fragrance material, they are usually means obtained by chemical reacting on the starting fragrance material. They actually means can made by the chemical reaction on essential oils. Essential oil also means can be means chemically means derived from essential oils, and some are derived from the petrol atom also. Botanical materials. So botanical materials are means the derivatives that are actually derived from any other part of the plant, even those parts where essential oils are not means got from that part. So we have talked about the fragrance materials. So talking about the fragrance composition. So what is generally a fragrance composition? So fragrance actually should be a well balanced thing. So individual component that is actually coming under the fragrance composition should be very well balanced. It should be a very good mixture of natural and synthetic materials. So creation of fragrance, we will talk about the creation of fragrance. So fragrance should be a very means composed of blend of top, middle and base notes. So generally whenever you are constructing a fragrance, it generally is a blend of all the three notes. It creates a pyramid. So pyramid means gives you a note. A particular fragrance have a note. Note is nothing but a very basic character of that particular fragrance. So that defines a particular fragrance. A note is the basic character which defines a particular fragrance characteristics mainly. So firstly is the top note. Talking about the top note. Top note when you are actually smelling a fragrance. So first impression that comes into your nose, first thing that comes to your nose, that first thing which is perceivable through your nose is the top notes. Top notes. Top notes is the most volatile part of any fragrance. So whenever you just perceive that thing, top notes. So after some time that vaporize. So they are readily vaporizable materials. So example of top notes are certain kind of citrus notes, certain kind of floral note, and mild fruity notes are also coming under this category. Middle note. So middle note is the heart of any fragrance. Middle notes when you are perceiving certain kind of fragrance, the fragrance composition or the thing that is most recognizable, जो सबसे ज़्यादा आपको perceive होगा, that is the middle note of the fragrance, जो सबसे means उसके characteristic को represent करेगा. Means whenever you are perceiving, सबसे पहले आपको एक fragrance आएगा. After that you will get something that will actually come into your mind और बहुत देर तक आपके mind में register होके रहेगा. So that thing is the middle note, which is heart of the fragrance, which actually briefly describes the character of that particular fragrance. So middle notes जो है उसके examples है कुछ florals, कुछ lighter woody notes और some lighter floral notes also coming under this category. So base note of the fragrance. It is the longest lasting part of the fragrance, and it is the most least volatile part of the fragrance. Examples of the base notes are musky woody notes, ambers, and deep heavy floral notes. So after talking about the fragrance construction, so coming to the fragrance characters. So whenever we are designing a particular fragrance, a perfumer designing a particular fragrance, so it is means he has something in his mind. Whenever a perfumer or a person is designing a fragrance, he has certain characteristic registered in his mind. According to that, actually, he has thought to design that particular fragrance. So he will firstly describe that character. So according to that order character, he will decide that particular fragrance. So while designing a fragrance, he should actually state in mind that particular fragrance should be compatible with that particular base. So this is a very important aspect when you are actually adding a fragrance to a base. So interaction of base with the product basis. So this is a very important step. So when this actually thing is very important because you are creating a fragrance idea. So that fragrance should actually be stable with the product base. So there are various parameters here that actually helps to understand us to means the process of interaction of the fragrance. So each fragrance component has a threshold concentration. Threshold concentration is actually nothing but a minimum concentration at which at a particular odor is perceivable from a working nose. So that is known as odor detection threshold. So whenever we are studying about the interaction of fragrance material, so first point coming in mind is volatility. Volatility is the actually energy needed to vaporize that particular odor ingredient. So higher the boiling point of the ingredient, so that fragrance will be the least volatile. Lower will be the boiling point of that particular fragrance, that product will be, or that fragrance character will be more volatile. Hydrophobicity or hydrophilicity. Hydrophobicity means water hating character. Hydrophilicity is a water loving character. So hydrophobic and hydrophilic material actually means there are certain fragrance ingredients that are soluble in water, and there are certain fragrance ingredients that are soluble in oil. So while you are actually designing a product, you should consider that in mind, that whether this actually perfume is soluble in that base or not, or if that particular fragrance is not soluble in that base, so you should have actually apply a technique of solubilization. You should take into mind that you should take that solubilization process. So through that process, you can make that particular thing soluble in that particular fragrance. Odor detection threshold. So each actually fragrance has a minimum concentration at which that fragrance note should be present in the formulation so that it can be perceived. So you will have to add that fragrance to that threshold concentration. So after that threshold concentration is reached, you can perceive that fragrance. Uske baad you can increase the concentration to a point. Uske baad jitna bhi aap increase karoge, means it cannot have any effect on that particular base. So means maximum bhi hai uska, ek minimum level bhi hai. Now coming to evaluation part. So how a fragrance is evaluated. So during evaluation, consumer actually will see whether that particular fragrance is stable with that base or not. Means certain kind of products are there जिसमें particular type of fragrance suit होता है. So वो उनको aesthetically appeal करना चाहिए. That character should actually stand out, and intensity जो होती है that also should be very consistent when you are using a product over a period of time. So उतने period of time में उसकी जो order की consistency होती है वो continuously means वो perfect रहनी चाहिए, same रहनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि first of all when you open the product उसका order कुछ और हो, and after that the process उसका order कुछ और हो. So this should not happen. So product use cycle again shows कि means whenever you are using the product throughout all the cycle, the product order should be equally perceivable. उसका intensity should not change with the whole usage cycle. Fragrance complexity. Up whenever you are adding a fragrance to a material, so you can add a simple fragrance or simple sophisticated fragrance also, and you can add complex mixture of certain fragrance notes also. So while the complexity of the fragrance goes on changing, uska pricing consideration again goes on changing. So this is the end of the topic of addition of fragrance to a product. So coming to the next topic, it is a very interesting topic. Nowadays, it is rapidly demanded means thing in the market. Many companies are already doing this. This is the customization of cosmeceutical product. So firstly, we will understand why there is a need of customization product in the market. So customized product is actually, what is a customized product? It is a special product actually designed and manufactured according to individual customers' needs, and to meet their individual need, this customized product are actually manufactured. So why actually this customized products need to be sent to a particular customer? So nowadays customers want some product that actually should work for their skin, because there are a lot of products present in market, but some of the products do not work from them. So customers want certain kind of product that actually should be in the lower price range, higher quality range, and actually its delivery should be quick. Delivery in the sense उनके स्किन में उनकी जो एक्टिविटी दिखनी चाहिए वो प्रोडक्ट की, that also should be very quick. So this actually factors actually is giving boon to lot of the customer. This is attracting lot of customer. So coming to the introduction of customized product. So customized product की डिमांड कहाँ से आई? अंडर अ वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव बिजनेस इन्वायरमेंट, क्योंकि मार्केट जो होते हैं, मार्केट में कॉम्पिटिटर्स जो हो गए वो काफी डिमांड नैरो होती गई. जैसे कस्टमर की डिमांड बढ़ती गई, उसके अकॉर्डिंग इंडिविजुअलाइजेशन की भी एक नीड आई कि मीन्स हर एक इंसान को उसके नीड के अकॉर्डिंग प्रोडक्ट प्रेजेंट होना चाहिए मार्केट में. सो उसकी जैसे जैसे कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस बढ़ी वैसे वैसे नीड हुई कि एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए जो उनके नीड के अकॉर्डिंग प्रेजेंट होना चाहिए. सो कस्टमर्स नीड्स आर लाइक दे वांट सर्टेन प्रोडक्ट whose price is on the lower side, whose quality is on the higher side, and delivery should be very very faster. So customized product जो है emergence of global economy है. So this emergence actually is a result of intense market competition, fragmented market. There are various means when we talk about skin care, अलग अलग स्किन है, अलग अलग स्किन प्रॉब्लम्स है, कंसर्न है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग मार्केट का फ्रेगमेंटेशन हो गया है. अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट स्पेसिफिक नीड, पीपल वांट अ स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट. सो उस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के वजह से उनको एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट चाहिए. सो देयर इज अ रैपिड नीड फॉर दैट. पीपल का मीन्स दे वांट लो स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस. वो प्रोडक्ट के लिए उन्हें लोवेस्ट पॉसिबल प्राइस चाहिए, और उसमें टेक्नोलॉजिकल काफी चेंजेस भी आना चाहिए. जैसे आजकल काफी प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म आ गए हैं, काफी इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म आ गए हैं जो मीन्स कस्टमर्स को अट्रैक्ट करता है. So it is nothing but a kind of industrial revolution. Some of the means marketing means ideas that are involved in this thing is individualization, customization, and personalization. So they actually, marketing people are actually working on relationship with the customers. They actually are building with a rapport with the clients. So वो रैपो बिल्डिंग के वजह से मार्केटिंग पर्सन को पता चलता है what kind of demand is there in the market. So according to that demand, the customization of that particular product goes on the further next step. So next step is the new ages of competitiveness. So challenge जो होता है companies के लिए, they want to actually sell a product that is very very effective for that specific need. उन्हें उनकी जो भी यूनिक नीड है वो उसको फुलफिल करना चाहिए दैट प्रोडक्ट. सो ये जो होता है ये न्यू एज ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस देता है, क्योंकि they want to deliver a very high quality at a very low price. Again, उनकी जो unique need है उसको भी fulfill करना चाहिए वो product. So now you have actually have an idea what customer want, but when and where is also very necessary. He means what want you are knowing, but they should get a timely delivery of that product, so that actually other competitors do not sell that particular thing to that client. तो आपको एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम जो स्लॉट है वो भी ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा, जल्दी डिलीवरी देनी पड़ेगी प्रोडक्ट की, सो दैट आपके अदर जो कॉम्पिटिटर्स है वो प्रोडक्ट सेम प्रोडक्ट क्लाइंट को दे ना दे. So now talking about the business strategies for customized product. So talking about the business strategies, इसमें दो चीज आती है बिजनेस स्ट्रेटेजी में. एक तो रिलेशनशिप मार्केटिंग जो होती है, जो कस्टमर के साथ रिलेशनशिप पे बेस होती है मार्केटिंग, और सेकंड इज for the mass marketing process. So firstly talking about the relationship marketing is a very important step जो सब स्ट्रेटेजीज में जो देखा जाता है कंपनी में. इसको काफी हाइप किया गया है, इसको काफी इंपॉर्टेंस दिया गया है, बिकॉज मीन्स इट इज एक्चुअली रिलेशनशिप मार्केटिंग को डिफाइन करते हैं कि it should means company marketing person should be able to employ or means develop a rapport with client or with the supplier, right? So after this thing means उसके बाद marketers ने जैसे जैसे rapport build up किया individual customer के साथ में, they actually means उनको अभी कस्टमर के साथ जैसे जैसे उनका rapport build up होता गया, so उनको उनकी डिमांड पता चली. उनके डिमांड एक्चुअली बस प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी के बाद में नहीं थी. आजकल काफी टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट है. टॉकिंग अबाउट अ फूड प्रोडक्ट, उसमें इमेंस फ्लेवर्स है, उसमें अलग अलग तरह के फ्लेवर, अलग अलग तरह के पैकेज, उसके प्रोडक्शन या उसके मीन पैकेजिंग का भी क्वालिटी भी चेंज हो गया है मार्केट में. तो उसके हिसाब से कस्टमर को बस एस्थेटिक अपील ही नहीं चाहिए, प्रोडक्ट का ओवरऑल फ्लेवर एंड एवरीथिंग शुड बी डिफर, और बाकी ब्रांड अलग होना चाहिए. So इसमें भी कई challenges है. You are also having challenges. इसमें ये challenge है कि marketing person कैसे reach करे means individual customer तक, और उनका जो भी concept है marketing person का, so जो product का जो design कर रहे हैं उनके साथ उनका actually पूरा rapport means या उनका points जो है वो same होना चाहिए, so that customer की क्या need है उसको वो लोग शो कर सके या पहचान सके. सो उस नीड के अकॉर्डिंग वो काम कर सकते हैं. सो पहला स्टेज इसमें जो आता है, सबसे पहले तो कस्टमर का बिहेवियर कैसा है, बिहेवियर के अकॉर्डिंग उनकी नीड क्या है उसको जानना सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है इसमें. तो इसमें उनके क्या क्या नीड्स है, क्या क्या डिजायर है वो पता चल जाता है. सेकेंड जो होता है इसमें पता चलता है कि कस्टमर को कैसे डिफरेंशिएट किया जाए. डिफरेंशिएट हो सकता है फाइनेंशियल बेसिस पे भी किया जा सके, या प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी टाइप के हिसाब से भी डिफरेंशिएट. वो डिफरेंशिएट करना भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. जरूरी नहीं है कि सब एकदम हाई पेइंग कस्टमर हो, कुछ लो पेइंग भी हो सकते हैं. तो उनके लिए भी उनके नीड के अकॉर्डिंग एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए. So second actually thing in business strategy is mass customization. Mass customization जो होता है वो actually ability होती है, means it is a ability to provide customized products या services through a flexible process to large volume of client at reasonably low cost. So mass customization process में जो होता है, सबसे पहला जो होता है मैन्युफैक्चरर्स को उनकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी काफी इंप्रूव करनी होती है या इंक्रीज करनी होती है, क्योंकि बिकॉज इट इज फॉर मास पीपल, तो उसके हिसाब से उन्हें इनोवेशन करना पड़ता है इन अ रियली शॉर्टर ड्यूरेशन ऑफ टाइम, और उनको क्लाइंट के चेंजिंग नीड के अकॉर्डिंग उनको प्रोडक्ट को कस्टमाइज करने की जरूरत होती है. सो मास कस्टमाइजेशन में जो मैन्युफैक्चरर और मार्केटिंग पर्सन है उनकी काफी कम्युनिकेशन होनी चाहिए, और इवन मार्केटिंग पर्सन की सप्लायर्स के साथ में और कस्टमर के साथ में भी कम्युनिकेशन होना चाहिए, so that actually they can find out about the needs of the customer and according to needs product का specification is definitely going to change. So mass customization में सबसे पहला स्टेप होता है कस्टमर जो विश कर रहा है या विल कर रहा है बाय करने के लिए इंडिविजुअलाइज प्रोडक्ट को थ्रू अ रिटेलर। सो उसके बाद में जो होता है रिटेलर को कस्टमर से फीडबैक लेना पड़ता है, उनसे जो भी उनकी डिजायर्स है उसके बारे में उसको पता चलता है। सो आफ्टर दैट द पर्सन इज गोइंग टू अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पर्सन, जैसे मीन्स मार्केटिंग पर्सन को पता चला अबाउट द कस्टमर नीड, सो ही विल एक्चुअली टेल दिस नीड्स टू द मैन्युफैक्चरर, और मैन्युफैक्चरर को मार्केटर को बताना पड़ेगा या सप्लायर को बताना पड़ेगा कि वो कब तक प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई कर सकता है, और वो जो प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई कर रहा है वो कंज्यूमर के कॉस्ट जो रेंज है या अदर जो रेंज है उसमें स्पेसिफाई होता है कि नहीं, उसे एक टाइमिंग स्लॉट देना पड़ेगा। वो टाइमिंग स्लॉट के अकॉर्डिंग जो होता है उसको प्रोडक्ट डिलीवर करना पड़ेगा। अब टाइमिंग स्लॉट वो कैसे देगा? टाइमिंग स्लॉट एक्चुअली ही विल चेक थ्रू द रॉ मटेरियल एंड अदर स्टॉक्स। वो सब स्टॉक अगर अवेलेबल है तो वो यस बोलेगा, और उसका जो भी कुछ बजट होगा या अदर एस्पेक्ट्स जो होगा, that customer will get to know that and he will actually give the time and according to that time the product is manufactured. If in case अगर कुछ ऐसा होता है that manufacturer is actually not able to give that product on particular time, so उन्हें prior customer को information देना होगा that in this particular time slot I am not able to give that particular product, और उसके बाद he must request that client for some another time slot and try to give the earliest time slot as possible, and according to that time slot he should deliver that customer. And if everything is accepted by the customer side, then the order should be released. So this was in short about the mass customization process. So here actually we end our presentation. So now I will like to actually show you a video slide. So this video is about a cosmeceutical formulation. It is a niacinamide serum formulation. So I will actually means show you that formulation. Are you able to see the video? Are you all able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay. So now actually I'm going to show you a formulation. This is a 10% niacinamide based serum formulation. So it is just a means formulation to you people. I want to have a look over it, so that you can find out what are the aspects that you should consider while formulating. So while you are formulating, सबसे पहला तो आपको गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस जो होती है उसको फॉलो करना होता है। गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस के अंतर्गत आप क्या मींस एक्चुअली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन्वायरमेंट आपका कैसा होना चाहिए, उसमें सबसे पहले तो सैनिटाइजेशन एंड स्टेरिलाइजेशन आ जाता है। आपको आपका प्लेटफॉर्म जो होता है, आपके लैब बेयर्स जो होते हैं, उसको सबको स्टेरिलाइज करना होता है। So sterilization process is a very important process when you are formulating a particular product. तो सबसे पहले आपको लैब जो आपके बीकर्स हैं या आपके ग्लासवेयर है, जो आप फॉर्मुलेशन जिसमें कंटेनर में स्टोर करने वाले हैं, वो सब चीजों को आपको स्टेरिलाइज करना चाहिए। स्टेरिलाइजेशन इज जनरली डन विद 70% ऑफ इथेनॉल, जनरली इट इज डन विद दैट. But certain bleaching reagents are also present in market. They also means give the sterilization process, but generally we actually tell to use ethanol, 70% ethanol, that kills mostly surface bacteria. So after that there are certain parameter like what kind of equipment you are using. Generally ये जो formulation है, she has just manually mixed, but in lab we are actually having lab grade stirrer. So lab grade stirrer के साथ काम करना और ज्यादा easy हो जाता है, because they actually work on mechanical basis. उसमें mechanical energy होती है. So the blades are there. So blades को के rotation के साथ साथ actually product की जो mixing होती है वो काफी easy हो जाती है. आप जब manually mix कर रहे हो सीरम में, so you actually have to break all the clumps together. So उसमें काफी time आपको wait करना पड़ेगा. सो उसमें जो टाइम स्लॉट जो होता है प्रोसेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का वो काफी बढ़ जाता है. तो जनरली आपको हाईटेक कुछ इक्विपमेंट्स है जो जनरली फॉर्मुलेशंस में यूज होती है व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनली. तो इस फॉर्मुलेशन में मैंने ये मेंशन इसीलिए किया क्योंकि ये फॉर्मुलेशन में शी हैज यूज्ड मैनुअल मिक्सिंग प्रोसेस, बट आई जनरली डू नॉट मींस शेयर दिस थिंग, डू नॉट अप्रिशिएट दिस थिंग, क्योंकि जो भी कुछ टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसेस है व्हेन यू आर एटलीस्ट यूजिंग कॉस्मेटिकल फॉर्मुलेशन, व्हेन यू आर डूइंग कॉस्मेटिकल फॉर्मुलेशन, ये टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स आपको समझने चाहिए. सो वी विल नाउ स्टार्ट द फॉर्मुलेशन पार्ट. So this is a 10% niacinamide skin serum formulation. As you know, niacinamide having a wide variety of skin means benefits, जैसे कि hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, and there are other skin benefits also. So firstly, when we are formulating, we will need a lab scale, means weighing scale. Weighing scale में आपको weighing करना है और उसमें आपको बीकर लगेगा, उसमें आपको एक जस्ट स्टील का स्टरर लगेगा, एक मैकेनिकल स्टरर लगेगा to mechanically mix everything. You will need means जैसे आपने इस वीडियो क्लिप में देखा है, she has wear a hand gloves. तो जनरली वी एक्चुअली सजेस्ट पीपल, जब आप फॉर्मुलेट कर रहे हो गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस के अंदर, यू शुड ऑलवेज वियर यूज एंड थ्रो हैंड ग्लव्स जो होते हैं वो आपको वियर करनी चाहिए टू अवॉइड एनी काइंड ऑफ कंटामिनेशन ऑफ योर फॉर्मुलेशन. आपको एक हेड कैप पहननी चाहिए एंड यू शुड ऑलवेज वियर लैब कोट एंड मास्क, face masks to provide any kind of contamination in the formulation. Now starting with the formulation part. So you will need a 50 ml beaker for this. Here she is actually making a 15 ml batch. She is making a 15 ml of batch here. So according to the 15 ml batch, she has weighed around 1.5 gram of niacinamide for 100 ml. Sorry, for 15 ml she is taking 1.5 gram of niacinamide. So for 100 ml you will need 10 gram of niacinamide. So when you are making a formulation, you will need a distilled water for the formulation. Distilled water actually does not contain any kind of ions and it is free from any kind of minerals. तो ये जो डिस्टिल वाटर होता है ये किसी तरह के हार्मफुल बैक्टीरिया की ग्रोथ को प्रमोट नहीं करता. So while we are formulating any kind of, be it cosmetics, cosmeceutical, generally we use distilled water in the formulation. So first step is mixing of niacinamide. So जब आप niacinamide को पानी में ऐड करोगे, आपको जब तक वो solution clear नहीं होता तब तक उसको mix करना है. So second is addition of other ingredient. Here she is adding a humectant, glycerin and propanediol. Now propanediol is not actually, means some of the formulators does not suggest use of propanediol because it is not very safe. Some consider is not very safe and generally it is not a vegetable origin product. So you can actually add any other kind of humectant also. Like you can add means derivatives of lactic acid such as sodium lactate you can add. You can add other ingredient also which act as a very good humectant. Even आप glycerin का percentage भी जो होता है increase कर सकते हो. So she's adding liquid Zermal Plus. Liquid Zermal Plus is a broad spectrum preservative. So she is adding this in 0.07 grams. But जो है liquid Zermal Plus up to 1% आप एक formulation में use कर सकते हो. So she is taking batch for 15 ml of formulation. According to that, she is taking 0.5 gram of liquid Zermal Plus for 100 means gram of 100% of solution. So adding that and she is mixing that. She is adding calendula extract. Calendula extract भी एक बहुत अच्छा antioxidant है. It is a very rich antioxidant and it is a very good anti-aging ingredient. Anti-inflammatory property भी होती है calendula extract में. So skin repair भी करता है calendula. So just for additional skin benefit, she is adding 0.3 grams of calendula extract for 15 ml. So again mixing to get a clear solution. So now she is adding a gelling agent. She is adding hyaluronic acid as the gelling agent. She can use other gelling agent also, but hyaluronic acid add करने का benefit ये है, एक तो ये gelling भी देगा. Hyaluronic acid give a really clear gel to a solution, but hyaluronic acid का अपने आप में skin benefits भी काफी होते हैं. Actually it is a very good anti-aging ingredient. ये fine line और wrinkles को कम करता है. ये skin में moisture means clumping जो होता है वो provide करता है skin में. So जो लॉस ऑफ मॉइस्चर होता है, ट्रांसएपिडर्मल वाटर लॉस है, इसको भी काफी हद तक हाइलुरोनिक एसिड कम करता है. सो हाइलुरोनिक एसिड का एडिशन बस जेलिंग नहीं देगा, इट विल गिव स्किन प्रॉपर्टीज आल्सो. So now what she is doing, she is manually sprinkling hyaluronic acid. So she is using 1% hyaluronic acid in solution. 1% hyaluronic acid means 0.15% जो होता है, she is taking for 15 ml. 0.15 grams in 15 ml. So again 1% hyaluronic acid for 100 ml comes as 0.15 gram for 15 ml. So what she is doing, she is just manually adding and mixing. So इसमें lumps form होते हैं. So what she is doing, she is breaking that lumps manually and she will keep this lump to dissolve naturally and she is keeping aside this product for 3 hours. पर आपको अगर ये प्रोसेस को अवॉइड करना है, जब आप अगर स्टरर्स, मैकेनिकल स्टरर्स यूज कर रहे हो, सो आप ये जब मिक्सिंग है ना, ये मैन्युअली स्टरर में लगा सकते हो. मींस यू कैन मिक्स इट थ्रू द स्टरर. सो व्हाइल द प्रोडक्ट इज स्टरिंग, यू कैन एक्चुअली स्प्रिंकल द हाइलुरोनिक एसिड. सो जब स्टरिंग के साथ आप अगर स्प्रिंकलिंग करोगे तो उसके जो पॉलीमर्स है हाइलुरोनिक एसिड के जो पार्टिकल्स है, उसका ब्रेकिंग डाउन उसी टाइम हो जाएगा. सो इसका जो डिसॉल्विंग जो है बहुत इजीली होगा. यू कैन सी अ क्लियर सीरम अंडर 15 मिनट्स ओनली. तो टाइमिंग जो है वो आपके प्रोसेस का 3.5 घंटे से लेके आप आधे घंटे में शिफ्ट कर सकते हो. सो देयरफॉर द यूजेज ऑफ हाई-टेक मशीनरीज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेन यू आर formulating a certain cosmeceutical product. Now she is keeping it aside for 3 hours to get a means clear serum. So after 3 hours you can see it's a clear solution, clear thick serum she has got. So now she is storing that product in a container. So now this is end of means actually this process. Now after this she should have checked the pH of the product. So pH checking बहुत important है क्योंकि स्किन के pH से same match करना चाहिए. Means your product pH should be anywhere between 5.3 to 5.5 आपके प्रोडक्ट का pH इस केस में सीरम के केस में होना. So the product pH balance is also a very important step. आपको pH बैलेंस करना बहुत जरूरी है जब भी आप फॉर्मुलेट करते हो. तो एंड स्टेप शुड बी पीएच बैलेंस. पीएच बैलेंस के बिना कभी भी प्रोडक्ट स्टेबल नहीं होता. एंड स्टोरेज कंडीशन शुड आल्सो बी अकॉर्डिंग टू सीरम जो है. शी हैज जनरली टेकन अ क्लियर glass bottle, but I suggest for this kind of serum containing vitamins in which she has not additionally incorporated any kind of antioxidant in it. For this case amber colored bottle उन्होंने लिया होता, so it would have been more means good for this kind of formulation. अगर amber colored bottle है तो वो oxidation कई हद तक means करने नहीं देता वो product को. So this was a short means formulation that we have shown. After that filling this, she has actually tested the product. So this product was means very much consistent in the aesthetic properties. Means उन्हें जैसे भी aesthetic property ये product की चाहिए थी वैसे aesthetic property achieve हुई. This was all because of hyaluronic acid, because hyaluronic acid एक जेलिंग एजेंट है बट वो एक प्रॉपर वो जेल का जो चिपचिपापन है वो नहीं देता. इट इज हैविंग अ वेरी लाइट. सो इसकी एक्टिविटी, इसके बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटी के साथ साथ ये बहुत अच्छी एस्थेटिक एक्टिविटी भी देता है. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द फॉर्मुलेशन पार्ट. ये एक बेसिक 100% हम जो भी फॉर्मुलेशन बनाते हैं उसका एक्चुअली डाइल्यूशन अप टू 100% होना चाहिए. उसका कैलकुलेशन अप टू 100% होना चाहिए व्हेन यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग अ पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मुलेशन. और एक फॉर्मुलेशन में हमेशा व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग विद इट So when you are working with a formulation, आपको सारे ingredients, जैसे for example एक serum में एक diluent होता है, एक solvent होता है, solvent should be there, a proper active ingredient, उसका क्या particular concentration एक particular effect के लिए आपको चाहिए, that particular concentration should be managed, और उसके बाद आपको उसके बाद क्या क्या एडिटिव्स लेना है. एडिटिव्स में सीरम में आ जाएगा ह्यूमैक्टेंट. ह्यूमैक्टेंट जो होता है आपके मॉइस्चर रिटेन करने में हेल्प करता है. उसके साथ साथ आपको प्रिजर्वेटिव, ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम प्रिजर्वेटिव भी यूज करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज इट इज अ वाटर बेस्ड फॉर्मुलेशन. वाटर बेस्ड फॉर्मुलेशन में जो माइक्रोबियल कंटेमिनेशन के चांसेस भी बढ़ जाते हैं. सो वाटर बेस्ड फॉर्मुलेशन में आपको ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम प्रिजर्वेटिव, सो जर्माल प्लस इज अ इको सर्टिफाइड एंड ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम प्रिजर्वेटिव. एंड अगेन जेलिंग एजेंट जो है मेन एक्टिव है इसका, जो कि हाइलुरोनिक एसिड है. So this is all about the formulation of 10% of niacinamide serum. So now FAQs. In this case, if anybody is having any kind of question, if any kind of doubt, so they can actually ask. If anyone is having doubts, they can ask at this time.
Okay, I think a lot of people have already left, and the ones who are there, I don't think anybody has any questions. If you happen to have any questions later on, let's see in the chat box. Okay, no questions there either. So if you happen to have any doubts or questions later on, you guys can post it here. And
Yes.
yeah, there is a question. New topic. Yeah, I know, it's a new topic. So it's more like a information session, and you can start thinking about these things in future. If you have any questions or doubts, or if you need any guidance, you can post your questions here, and I will ensure that I bring it to Purva ma'am's attention, and I'll get the responses back to you. Okay.
I hope the session was not boring for you, as it was the new session for you. It was not very boring for you. I tried to keep it very interesting from my point of sight by selecting the interesting topics.
Okay, so thanks everyone. In that case, if there are no further questions, thanks for attending. We will end the session now, and let's keep in touch. I will keep sending messages on this group. Now all the future sessions will happen in this group itself, so that we don't have to add everybody every time. We will just add new people to this group, and this size of this group will keep expanding. And all the future sessions that we do, monthly sessions, will happen on this same group. So thanks once again everyone for joining. We will close this session. We'll close this call now. Thanks. Bye.